My voice is in the back of my throat. My heart is pounding. Not sure how long I want to sit here. As I stand up here, I'm unsure how to feel. Should I feel proud, strong, hopeful, concerned? In every moment, time moves on, and I'm still thinking about the next step. Looking at the memories behind me, and wondering if the present now is really true. I'm confident, and I know I'm not alone, and others will be there to help me. I would like to thank my parents and family. Mom, you've always been there for me, trying to do your best, and I know that. Dad, I know you're a step behind. You're sitting there. Don't. It's okay. Thank my grandparents for listening, caring, and reminding me not to let anyone crush my dreams. Plus any other family members that have ever helped me, given me hope, I thank you. Most of all, giving me attention I needed from both teachers and fellow students alike. I'd like to thank Traverse City High School for giving me that. Where at any other school I would have been lost. When I went to both West and Central, my grade average dropped to 2.2, and by the end of this year, it went up to 3.2. I have exceeded farther than I thought I would. From sitting in the back of the room to smiling in the front of the room, Traverse City has given me that, pulling me out of antisocial. The last 3 years were the best. I grew up as a student and a person. I learned I became the teachers and students mostly being their best friends, and them being mine. It will always be a second home and a memory to cherish, close to heart. Thank you everyone, because of all of you and your help, I'm ready to take the next step forward from here. Thank you.
Honestly, I'm not quite sure what to write. There's a multitude of things I could say, but nothing really comes to mind. Convenient, right? I have a million ideas of what to, I have a million ideas of what to say when I can't write it down, but I guess I'll start with saying I hated school. I always did, and in 10th grade, I decided to give up. I didn't do anything in my classes. Basically, my mindset was, screw school, I'll drop out, get a full-time job, make my riches, and get out of here. But my parents, family, and friends pushed me to do it, and I now thank them for that. So every morning, for those torturous months, I'd sling my backpack on and trudge off to school and fill my head with things I didn't care to hear. I stayed at West for the first trimester of my senior year to be involved in the advanced theater production of Dracula. It was probably the most memorable time in my high school career. After that was done, I transferred over to Traverse City High School. I was scared at first from everything I had heard, but I quickly learned that you really can't listen to what people say. I lost my spot. Here I met some of the coolest teachers ever. You can't really, I've had teachers that I thought were cool and respected, but here I really felt like the teachers cared about not only my education, but about what was going on in my life. January 14th of my second senior year, my world came crashing down when my father passed away. It was really hard to get back into the swing of things after that. I took 2 weeks off of school and I dreaded the day I'd be coming back. When I did, however, there were smiles and hugs from teachers and friends telling me that they missed me in class and were so excited that I was back. I hadn't felt that welcome in a really, really long time. I vowed then and there that I would focus and get done with school to make my father proud, my family proud, my friends proud, and to make those smiling faces proud. Most people ask me what I'd do if I could go back to 10th grade. They ask me if I'd try harder. They'd ask me if I wished I was back at West. To be honest, I wouldn't give up this experience for the world. It has showed me who my true friends are and who I can trust, and has brought some amazing things and people into my life. So I'd like to thank the teachers who fought for me and believed in me, from West and TC High. To Mrs. Mills, may she rest in peace, who taught me and grew me into the stars and moon and sky. I can still hear you saying, "Isn't that cool?" with so much joy. To Mr. Powell, for never giving up on me in English. You were the first teacher to ever give me an award. To Mrs. Bach, for helping me become the theater addict I am today. You helped me advance my people skills, and despite all the monologues you made me do, being up here makes me really nervous. To Mr. B, for letting me get out my inner nerd of Lord of the Rings. and letting me express myself in humanities in every other class. You are the Gandalf of my Frodo. Thank you for all your help and advice. You will never know how much you've helped me. To Mrs. Potter for dealing with my crazy mood swings in yearbook and English, and for me blowing off English to do yearbook so it was actually done. To Big P for always being there to show me the bright side of things and give me some of the most random information possible. To Mrs. Chowick for making me want to give back to the community. To Miss Penny for always being supportive when I was down and for sharing my love of books. To Mrs. Novak for sticking around for us after school. And to Mr. Morgan for making sure that I got up on the stage today and for taking the crazy job of being our principal. Only God knows what you deal with every day. To Ising for allowing me to come with the basketball team as the paparazzi. To Essenberg for helping me get the credit I needed and for always being a smiley face in the hallway. All in all, I want to give a big thank you to all the teachers who decided to stick around for us when most others had given up. Because of you, we are where we are who we are. So thank you for not giving up on me when I wanted to quit the most. I'm a Maverick of 2012, and I can say that proudly because of you all.
First of all, I'd like to thank my mom and my dad for staying on me all these years through high school. I would also like to thank Mr. Morgan and Mr. Olson and all of the QC High staff for what they've done for me and all the other students here. I'm glad I got to spend my last year of high school at a place that gives you the opportunity and all the breathing space that most other schools don't offer. I'm excited for what comes next, and again, my sincere thanks to my parents and all the great staff here at Traverse City High.
It's pretty gnarly. We're all in our fancy gowns and whatnot. Pretty cool. Seems like yesterday I was entering the doors of East Bay Elementary School, first grade. Now I'm graduating from Traverse City High School. It's pretty cool. It's really cool. Though it may have taken me a little bit longer than most kids my age did it. Just 6 months ago, I doubted that I would ever finish. So maybe getting in trouble has its benefits. Oddly enough, I'm kind of glad I got in some trouble, because without that, I probably wouldn't be standing here today. I'm really speaking to all you guys. Above all that, I guess I've learned a few things without consequences. Not all of them are bad, and bad ones, some good ones. And, yeah. Choices play another big part in my journey to the stage. Over the past 4 years, my choices haven't been the best. So, choices play quite a big role in my life. So for all you guys, making the choice. Take them. One thing I'm always going to remember in this music mentor, just the whole environment of music with genius is incredible. Every time I got to play guitar for everyone in the school, it was like being in my zone and get down my level. And I miss all the rappers and the singers and all the other guitarists and the piano player. I'm really gonna miss Lord of the Rings. That was the coolest class in the world. Me and Stu used to head up to the state hospital and walk around the trails and read Lord of the Rings, talk about it, weird impressions of Lord of the Rings characters. It was fun. I'll never forget it. It was peaceful and didn't worry about anything or fear of anything back then. So. And of course, it's all the teachers. Well, you guys have my greatest respect. And I think I'm going to miss everything, actually, because I'm going to miss making Ruth Goldberg's, Miss Cho's class, Youth Corps with Miss Abby, Mr. Jackson, Mr. Mentor, with Miss Essenberg, hanging out with Miss Penny in the library, throwing projectile balls at people with Mr. Ising, and so on. I'm going to miss Pasta Day. That's going to be a bummer. Pasta Day is like Christmas for me. The past 2 years at TC High were pretty amazing. Now I have to figure out what I'm going to do for the rest of my life. Probably will spend some time pursuing music with my partner, Jake Arnold. Probably, I don't think maybe. We've already made some really cool stuff, so I can't imagine what will happen in the next 8 years or so. Next January, or maybe in fall. Actually, I plan on starting NMC, or maybe joining the Army or something. It's definitely something. It's a great deal of people I must thank. First, my mom and dad. They have done me a lot. And not once have they given up. Good. They're always there for me. And they always will be. They've been the greatest parents I could ever ask for. Also, kid is my brother, and he's got my back thick and thin. So I thank him for that. Also, all the other staff members who give me the knowledge and the opportunity to start a life. Mr. Morgan, the psychic sometimes. It's a good principle. And I learned that anything is possible given any circumstances. And freedom is a pretty valuable thing. It shouldn't be taken advantage of. So with that, I end the speech. Wish you all good luck.
When they told us we had the option to write a graduation speech or to just be presented by a staff member, of course I wanted to be presented. However, that's not what my teachers wanted. So through all the complaining, here I am, nervous, but ready to tell you how I'm standing here today. Growing up, I always had an issue with school. It felt like I was never on track with everyone else. Or maybe I just never understood how to do anything. It was just really hard for me to do anything, and as I got older, it was harder. I eventually got tired of it, took the easy way out, and dropped out my sophomore year. As the months rolled by, I realized how my actions reflected on my little brother. How by me dropping out, it told him it was okay to give up when things got rough. When I made the decision to go back to school, I knew it wasn't going to be easy, but I was going to do things right for him. Cody, you were my inspiration. When I started Traverse City High, I quickly saw a change in my attitude and my grades. My teachers were amazing with me, and they understood that I learned a little slower than some people. They made it easier and easier for me every day. If it wasn't for the time and dedication from my teachers, my family, for having faith in me, and the Harrisons for the past few months being as great as they have, I wouldn't be here today. As we go into the world as adults, we take our high school memories with us, the laughs, the tears, and for some of us, the arguments. But also knowing that for some of us, it wasn't easy. But yet here we are on the stage ready to make the next step in life and able to say that we did it. You never know where life will take you, but always remember you can do anything you set your mind to, and it's never too late to make something of yourself. Congratulations, 2012.